First of all, I want us to agree that anything that is worth doing must be done well, or it's better left alone. Put a different way, the only thing that is better than doing something well is to leave it alone. Hundreds of years of research and casual observation have taught us several things about excellence, success, and failure. It was mentioned earlier, attitude determines altitude. If you keep on doing the same thing over and over again, and observing the results and adapting appropriate measures, you can actually improve performance. However, if you keep on doing what you always did, you will continue to get what you always got. If our attitude determines what we become, then let us start with the end in mind. What is it do I want to become as a young person? What do I want in life? And most importantly, what am I doing to achieve that? Not what should I be doing, but what am I doing to achieve that outcome? I wish to suggest to you graduates that much, if not all, of what we do and achieve is driven by perception of self and perception of the world around us. That is why self-esteem is so important. Two men were on a construction site. They were working on a wall. The first man was asked, "What are you doing?" And he replied, "I am laying bricks." The second person was asked, "What are you doing?" And his reply, "I am building a cathedral." Oh, what a difference. The first man simply had a narrow, restricted view, not even of the wall that he was building, but of the simple task of laying bricks. Whereas the second person was seeing an immaculate cathedral evolving before his mind's eyes, hearing the music of the pipe organ, the priest and the altar servers, saving souls, rising up to the heavens. That person will be far more inspired to deliver excellence as he sees his dreams unfold before him. We have to take a choice. What is it do we see before us as life? What do we want to achieve? It therefore stands to reason that if you are cooking a meal or serving a dish, you are neither presenting the meal nor preparing the meal for your guests. Rather, you are bringing enjoyment and delight to those guests that you are serving. Let us not fool ourselves. The sun that shines in Grenada shines everywhere else. Can we agree with that? The sea and the sand that we have here is found almost everywhere else. Do we agree with that? The waterfalls, they are not in Barbados. But the beers, the rum, the rice, the tomatoes, they are all the same, essentially. And I'm suggesting to you that where there are differences, those differences are not material enough to give you a competitive advantage. Do I have an amen to that? From the general manager, he said it. Therefore means that what matters is the quality of experience that your guests enjoy. While the beverage and the food and the amenities are necessary for sustained success, they are not sufficient. The sufficient condition lies in the human interaction. Again, recent research in the area of quality customer experience has confirmed that what people remember most is not what you do for them, but how you make them feel. Can we agree to that? What you do for people matters, but it's not the most memorable thing. The feeling that you leave with them is what counts. It therefore implies that connecting with your customers emotionally is vital. We often make the assumption that delivery of excellent customer service translates directly to value customer experience. Regrettably, this is not so. Simply because service that is routinized, robotized, standardized, and mechanically applied does not sit well with people. And we know of the fake smile. That doesn't sit well with your guests. A reluctant, how do you do? A forced, how was your meal? At best, these have little or no positive impact on the customer. It has to be genuine, it has to be warm, you've got to connect. The situation is even more demanding, I submit to you. It is true that you can only give what you have. You can only give what you have. And therefore, if within you there is an absence of a conviction of excellence and aspiration to excel, then you cannot deliver excellent service. Plain and simple. It comes from within. The good news is, you can acquire that inner drive through self-development and self-motivation. For some of us, our childhood upbringing and mentoring allows us to do that with very little effort. For others, it will be a daunting task, a fleeting illusion to be pursued. Probably not at you. Having said that, as players in the service industry, we do carry a heavy burden. Services sector is a growing component of the economy, and hospitality is a large part of that. Are we in the service business? Are we in the game? We are hospitable people, we are told in Grenada. We are warm, we are nice. But service delivery as a commercial proposition that is providing customers with high quality experience through excellent service in a consistent and professional manner to generate value for money is not yet, in my humble opinion, our thing. I wish to admonish you, therefore, to be trailblazers in breaking the barrier and bring genuine change to our customer service environment, to champion service excellence. I would suggest to you also, if you look at the literature, one writer has submitted, a guy by the name of Chris Ali, that there are 5 service dimensions that all customers care about. The tangibles he mentioned as the physical amenities, and that point was made earlier. The well-fitting uniform is important. But then there's reliability, there's assurance, there's responsiveness, and there is empathy. A service company or an economy that wants to succeed has to have all 5 dimensions of service excellence in place. But if you look at the 5 dimensions, leave out the tangible. The other 4, you can rearrange them, and they will spell the word red. Reliability, assurance, responsiveness, and empathy. And truth be told, these elements of our customer service dimension are not very popular and common. And we have been admonished by the GM that these are things as employees, your competitiveness can be enhanced if you aspire to possess those qualities. In your quest to raise the level of your game, I would like to give you a few down-to-earth pointers from my own experience and from that of my folks. Do not profile people. Judge not a book by its cover. You cannot tell a person's worth by their race, skin color, attire, or hairstyle. A young gentleman stayed at a prominent hotel in Grenada with his wife and 2 kids. Got very shoddy service for about 3 or 4 days. Until a casual call came to the hotel, he was not at his room and the message was left. When Dr. Duncan returns, can you tell him Magistrate Patricia Mark has called. I think we all know who Magistrate Patricia Martin. And the service quality improved from that moment on. Why is that? Ralph Duncan, PhD in electronic engineering, Island scholar in Grenada, I'm not the right one, left in 1985 and was out in the US. But sports, he rasta hairstyle. And that's the crime. So he's looked upon, right? But once you hear the PhD and you hear the connection back on the island, service quality improves. That is painful, it is sad as it is. Do not profile people. Give every guest their due for the money that they are paying. Tip. Says stand for involved prompt service. I normally start off with a tip in mind, but it reduces as the experience, progresses, you see. But it can also increase, but most times. So when you see a guest, your whole idea is to enarmor and to treat kindly, because people do tip. Okay? If you see a couple come to dine and they have a camera, do not wait for them to ask you, would you kindly take a picture of me and my fiancé? You would want to volunteer. Isn't that so? Am I on the right track, sir?
Yeah.
I'm on the right track. Okay? And if you are asked, what local food juices do you have? We simply do not list the food juices, or we like to say that the Bajan cherry has the highest concentration of vitamin C in the world. Is that true? In other words, you got to engage, eh? Because not that we have cherry, mango, no, add a little flavor, and the tip, could actually go up. But on a more serious note, the second point is, do not envy people. Do not envy people. Most workers will not be able to comfortably enjoy the things that they produce. That's a phenomenon in the world. The workers that produce the Lexus and the BMW do not drive in them to get to work. The workers that build the luxury cruise lines do not get to go and cruise in them. So, working in a high-end resort, okay, you may see people come into the facility looking like you, or people that you know. You need to treat them in the same way as you treat anybody else. So it's the other side of profiling, where some people in the hospitality industry would like to, in some subtle and other ways, suck it to people, to use a local phrase. Treat people fairly. Attaining and maintaining service excellence, therefore, as a contributor to national and regional competitiveness and sustainability, requires the application of the right habits, doing things over and over again, and improving on what you do. In your quest to realize life goals, you will be battered and you will be bruised. I say without fear of contradiction that in our culture, success is generally a curse. Why is it so? First of all, those of us who succeed do not handle it well. And therefore, when we stumble and we fall, and oftentimes we do, others would applaud and feel happy. Secondly, from my observation, growing up in the rural parts, whenever you succeed, people say you're dealing. Just stay with me. Just my casual observation. So if in rural Grenada, you were able to build over time the concrete blocks around the fallen wooden house and to put inside a bathroom and toilet the village would say, you know, they're dealing. Alright? With the devil. And in the more modern era, if you acquire certain material possessions and certain bling, the people still say, they're dealing. But this time, the drug. So I think you're with me. That's my observation in my couple of years of existence on the island. But I say to you that you got to break away from that culture, because generally you find people do not want to extend themselves. Right? What she play, what she thinks she is, what is the same person that I know growing up in Tennessee or wherever. Right? And people tend to be timid, they tend to be shy, not wanting to excel and to step forward. I'm saying to you, go boldly and to achieve your goals. You can put it together, no problem. We call it facts and content. People and events would knock you down. You will stumble and you will fall. Overcome and walk around those obstacles. Always maintain a can-do attitude. Life is not here. It was not meant to be. It was never designed that way. However, you got to be a fighter. I encourage you to be a champion. Play by the rules always. And continue to seek. In the environment in which you operate, is what it is that success calls for, and you give it your all. Those of us who succeed also like to believe that our successes are our own doing. Not bearing in mind that is all due to the man upstairs and those who surround us with. So as you succeed, you got to give thanks and give praise for your successes. It is never ever all you're doing. It's a big folly. We do not celebrate each other's success. That's the reality on the island. How many people have congratulated the young gentleman who served here? Haven't seen him for that. I sure quite a few people know that he works with Korea. Yeah, he does. Give him a round of applause. Are we proud? Some of us are. But at the same time, we wish it for somebody else. Let people have their successes and to encourage them. Let us therefore go forth, break the culture of fear in terms of excelling and extending ourselves. Always seek the guidance of the Lord above. Look to the scriptures, because there are many philosophies inside there about life, about service, particularly in Proverbs. And always remember that your achievements are never your own doing. After all is said and done, tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. You have prepared, therefore go forth and grab some of those opportunities with both hands. I thank you very much.